Greetings and welcome once more to Sonic Odyssey, the music video channel dedicated to bringing you the last 5 decades or so of music in review and discussion format. Before we dive into today's music, let's first get the housekeeping out of the way. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video channel so you can stay up to date with all things Sonic Odyssey. And also please consider giving my Patreon page a look. You can see the link in the show description right below the video. And if you are so inclined, please become a patron. Be a pleasure to have you aboard. That's the housekeeping out of the way. Today I'm going to be consulting notes a lot, so please forgive me if my eye contact with the camera is less frequent than usual. Today we're going to be looking at and listening to, and I quote, the most important band you'd never heard of. And this is a quote from, I think it was Mojo magazine. The band is England's Porcupine Tree, and today we'll be looking at their 7th studio release. The album came out in 2002, entitled In Absentia. Now, for some background on Porcupine Tree, to get us going, it pretty much started out as a solo project for multi-instrumentalist, singer, songwriter, lyricist, producer, and mixer Steven Wilson in 1987. Jump ahead a few years and a few demo tapes and self-released music, and Steven wanted to put together a complete band, and in late 1993 he set up a stable lineup, a quartet of musicians consisting of himself, Steven Wilson, on vocals, guitars, piano, synthesizers, hammer, dulcimer, banjo, sampler, and various other instruments. Richard Barberi on keyboards, piano, synthesizers, and sound processing. Colin Edwin on bass and double bass. And Chris Maitland on drums and backing vocals. Chris stayed with the group until 2002, when he was replaced by Gavin Harrison on drums and percussion. As Things Are, In Absentia, released in 2002, was Gavin's first record with the band, and was the only lineup change that the band went through until Steven Wilson officially disbanded the group in 2018. The 10th and final studio release from Porcupine Tree was a marvelous album entitled The Incident, which was released in 2009. So they were active during that period from 2009 through 2018, but successively less active approaching 2018, when it got to the point where Steven Wilson just said Porcupine Tree is a done thing. He pretty much just wanted to do his solo work. He had done, well, he was, for Porcupine Tree, the primary lyricist and songwriter, and so most of the ideas and concepts of the albums came from his own creation, his own thoughts in mind. But he wanted to be freer on his solo projects, and he's released a number of solo projects, and I'll probably end up doing a video about one of those albums. So, as previously stated, In Absentia was released in 2002. It marked several changes for the band, not the least of which was the introduction of Gavin on drums. The sound of the band took a dramatic turn from their earlier releases, which had previously been more psychedelic and pop rock oriented, and moved into a more progressive metal direction. It was also the first time the band was signed to a major label. They had previously been on a lesser tier label known as Delirium, but this was their first release for a label which was part of the Atlantic Records group. The album was widely well received critically and commercially, and it was their best-selling album to date, tripling in sales what any of their previous albums had done. Let's sample a little bit of this album in Absentia with a sample from the first track, a song called Blackest Eyes. This sample does a great job of showcasing what types of sounds the album as a whole has to offer. There's the acoustic guitar, electric guitar combination, the vocal arrangements of Stephen's voice and the layered harmonies of them, and the progressive rock edginess that gives the album a bit of a bite. In Absentia is not a concept album, but the lyrics of the songs do have common themes, such as serial killers, youthful innocence gone wrong, and critiques of the modern world. On the title of the album, Steven Wilson stated, and I quote, "It comes from, it's related to some of the lyrics. It's about people on the fringes, on the edges of humanity and society. I have an interest in serial killers, child molesters, and wife beaters, not in what they did, but in the psychology of why. What caused them to become unhinged and twisted? Why are they unable to empathize? It's sort of a metaphor. There's something missing, a black hole, a cancer in their soul. It's an absence in the soul." End quote. And so there we have the reason for the title of the album, In Absentia. You can hear a bit of this idea in the next sound sample that I want to play for you, which is from the 9th track of the album, entitled The Creator Has a Master Tape. So let's give that a listen.
The
there's an eeriness to the vocal delivery of the lyrics being sung, and once more we're given a sense of the heaviness and edginess of the sound that Stephen was striving for on this release. And it does a great job of showing you what made this album so much of a leap forward in a new direction for Porcupine Tree. It stands as probably their best received album amongst their fan base, and to this day is still one of their best-selling albums. I would give this album easily 4.5 out of 5 stars. The mix of song structures and tempos and rhythms is just marvelous. There are beautiful pieces of acoustic guitar work and piano, and just lovely instrumentation throughout, as well as having some really edgy, heavier, more progressive rock-oriented elements, oftentimes within the same song. They just mix it in all together. So yeah, I would say that In Absentia is very much worth your time and attention, and I hope that you'll give it a listen. Porcupine Tree's In Absentia from 2002. And that'll do it for today. I thank you very much for your time and attention. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment in the section down below the video. Please, I would welcome your comments. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. And once more, please consider visiting the Patreon page. You can consider becoming a patron, and if so, your patronage is greatly appreciated. Until next time, have a great day, and peace. Bye-bye.